is a SveNFL Emergency Pod. Emergency. I'm Jonathan Rollins.
Skip me, Sarah.
And we are SveNFL bringing you the latest update. What's up, man?
What is this? 3 weeks in a row we've had to do an emergency pod?
I think so, yeah, because Saleh got fired was the last one, and before that it was a trade, right? It was was it Adams saying he wanted requesting a trade? Was that it?
No,
it was Davante Adams. I think it was. I remember the artwork had a bunch of teams. It's possible teams for him. Yeah, maybe there's something else too. Man, we're at it, man. We're working.
It's crazy. So
I'm gonna have to push our episode up. I'm gonna put it out today because of this. It's supposed to come out Thursday. So we say our picks, but no, it's gonna have to come out today, and then we're gonna have to release this emergency podcast.
Because I think we even said at the end of the last time we recorded, like, well, there might be an emergency pod. Well, here we are with an emergency pod. The Raiders have officially traded All-Pro wide receiver Davante Adams to the Jets. The specifics are, the Jets are, so obviously the Jets get Davante Adams, and the Raiders get a conditional third-round draft pick that can become a second-round pick if he's either a first or second team All-Pro this season. Or if he's on the active roster for an AFC championship game or a Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. So they don't get it.
And
that ain't happening.
And apparently the team expects him to play this weekend versus the Steelers. So
yeah, Rodgers is calling the shots anyway. This is embarrassing for the Jets.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing, honestly. I mean, he's a great player and everything, and more power to the legacy of Aaron Rodgers and all of that stuff. But as a team, as an organization, you really got your team completely hijacked to the point where you fired a coach. Now your team is being run by the head of the unit, the best unit of your team, and that's taken away from your best unit. And now the offense is being run by the quarterback.
The timing of this,
Nathaniel Hackett's not calling plays anymore, right?
Right. The timing of this is, they essentially pulled the trigger on Monday night after the Jets lost. Because I watched Rodgers' appearance on McAfee yesterday. Which was interesting in two respects. One was, he started the interview like he always does, and then he kind of turned and sort of motioned with his finger, and Davante Adams walks into the frame. He was there.
That was the reveal, the big reveal.
Funny. And then Rodgers basically said he was getting text messages on his way home from the game on Monday night from Davante Adams, and he said, he was like, I was in a shitty mood and I didn't want to talk. And I decided to call him when I got home around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And he was like, it's done. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
It's like, oh, fuck. Wow. Okay.
Maybe he'll throw for over 300 yards. Maybe this reunion will get him, or he'll force a bunch of passes and lose the game. Who they're playing now?
Playing the Steelers this weekend.
All right. What if they eat up the Steelers defense that we're all saying is one of the best in the league? Then everybody's on notice.
Or what if Rodgers gets injured in his first game with Davante Adams because TJ Watt just buries him into the ground?
More likely.
Right? That's a pretty likely scenario. That's something that could happen.
Cam Hayward just belly flop on him.
Cam Hayward and TJ Watt are meet me at the quarterback.
Yeah. Or Hightower. They got it, man. Yeah, interesting.
Then, okay, so the other weird, as if that wasn't enough news, literally less than an hour later, I get another notification on my phone saying that Amari Cooper had been traded from the Browns to the Bills. We have a double alert. I don't know about you, but this move makes a ton of sense to me.
To Buffalo, for Buffalo.
The idea
I don't
that the
get
Bills,
what Cleveland gets out of it.
No, I'm talking about it from the Bills side of things.
Yeah.
The idea that the Bills thought they were going to go through the whole season without a true number one wide receiver. I'm glad that they saw that was a real problem before it was too late for their sake, because it may have worked out for the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season, but it's been very clear.
Yeah.
For about 2 or 3 weeks, y'all ain't the Chiefs. You ain't going to make it work. You can't just roll out here with Keon Coleman and Khalil Shakir and Mac Hollins and Dawson Knight. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So great deal for them. What this means for the Cleveland Browns obviously remains to be seen.
Was that initiated by Amari Cooper?
I don't know. I don't know the story behind it. I do know that the Bills were in on they were kicking the tires on the Davante Adams situation too. So I'm kind of curious.
Way better for him, I would think.
I agree. I'm kind of curious if this was like, okay, well, we lost on that. Let's pull the trigger on Cooper. I don't really know. It's still a big question mark to me. What is happening in Cleveland? They continue. Obviously, Stefanski is, his hands are basically tied behind his back. I don't believe for a second every week when he steps in front of the microphone and says Deshaun Watson gives us the best chance to win. He doesn't believe that. No. He doesn't believe that. He's carrying water for an owner who made a huge mistake. And he's just saying what I wish he would show up and pull a Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I wish it would be great if Stefanski.
So I don't get fined. Just here so I don't get fined. Is Deshaun Watson the best chance to win? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah. So that's
chicken. Get your chicken.
You got to take care of your chicken. Take care of your mentals. And then the day just got weirder, to be honest with you, because then the next report that I saw was that the Steelers are essentially giving most of the first team reps to Russell Wilson, despite the fact that Justin Fields has been winning games. So it's kind of looking like they're going to make the switch, which I didn't really think they were going to do.
Only Mike Tomlin, huh? There's only a handful of coaches that could be like, well, we're winning, but I see where this is going. Right? Didn't we say that?
I mean, we said it as if like kind of hoping that Mike Tomlin could see what we're seeing.
Yeah.
So,
like, thanks for being the Band-Aid that we needed. You still got some development to do, and you can watch Russell Wilson. And if Russell Wilson falls off, but I feel like it's probably more consistent. You know what you got with Russell Wilson.
I mean, a lot of people are saying this goes back to preseason where Tomlin, he made it very clear that Russell Wilson was the first string quarterback. And then, of course, he gets injured. So he's just following up on his word that Wilson is the better guy, I guess. It makes this, again, here we are with the Steelers who were playing the Jets this week. This game suddenly becomes extremely interesting.
Yep.
I wouldn't know. I don't know. As far as when it comes to thinking about how we're going to bet on this game, I have no fucking clue.
Passing attempts or completions to Davante Adams.
We should just bang the over on passing attempts. Period. Yeah. For both quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's probably going to be pretty low for Wilson until they know. So, yeah, that could be a good one to catch right away. But he's probably going to throw the ball a bit.
There could be 500 passing attempts in this game. Because they have they have a similar problem over there with the Steelers. Fields can't really do much beyond his first read. George Pickens hasn't really done much in the last 3 or 4 weeks. and they're kind of where they were last year, where they're needing somebody to unlock this offense. Last year, they put it in the hands of Mason Rudolph, which oddly worked. It's just strange. And then the final piece of this ridiculous story, as if this wasn't enough madness for everyone, it's actually the Green Bay Packers who pull off the move that the Jets continue to ignore. The one that lost them 2 games, right? The Packers, they're out here signing a new kicker because their kicker sucks, right? Braden Narvison, he's missed 5 out of 17 kicks this year. The Packers hated this dude so much they decided to sign Brandon McManus, the Jags' former kicker who left the Jaguars in a cloud of legal speculation that he sexually assaulted 2 flight attendants on the way to play in London last year. The Packers just said, fuck it, split the uprights, let's do this. Meanwhile, the Jets are still rolling with Greg Zuerlein. I mean, honestly, this is crazy. Like the things that are happening with the Jets that are resting literally on a couple of missed field goals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. That's crazy. What about Hassan Reddick?
We still don't know about that one. We still don't know what's going on with Hassan Reddick. Yeah, he's still in the wind.
Just paying the fine. He just here so he can pay that fine.
There's a lot of teams out there that could use him. We talked about this the other day. If I'm the Lions, I'm making that call right now.
Yeah.
After losing Aiden Hutchinson, they could use some Hassan Reddick in the building. Yep. Although I don't know, I don't know how much stock to put in the fact that Hassan Reddick appears to have a bit of an attitude problem. I'd be nervous to bring anyone into the building that could be considered a cancer. They built such a great culture over in Detroit. It would be weird to bring somebody like him in if he is
right.
What the media is currently
if any coach to keep that shit in check is Dan Campbell.
True.
I've been there not too long ago. I was playing in this league.
Yeah. No, it's true. You're right about that. I think he could do that. We tend to give Tomlin that kind of credit too.
Yeah, he does. I mean, you don't see people with the issues, or they get him out of town.
And George Pickens is certainly testing his luck.
Yeah. But we saw it with Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Got him out of there.
We still haven't talked about George Pickens' face tape scandal that he's got going on.
I didn't know about it.
He puts the black tape across his face, and he wrote inside of the black tape, he wrote, open fucking always.
That's funny.
Two problems. Obviously, he's probably in trouble for writing a curse word on his tape, but I know he's from Georgia, but it just seems like his grammar's a little off.
Yeah,
like it's always fucking open.
Isn't that the 7-Eleven slogan?
Open fucking always. I mean, in a way, it's kind of funny. But it just seems a little weird.
It can go either way. That's one of those phrases that can go. Any term could be first, second, or third. Always fucking open. Fucking always open. Fucking open always.
I mean,
it's a tri-directional term.
Maybe George Pickens is a poet, and we're just finding it out.
Yeah, he didn't.
We didn't know it. We're just finding out now. I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of it. That's the emergency news as far as I know. We don't. Yeah, we're still. Let's see. Is there? Let's see. I'm gonna just check real quick on the Hassan Reddick situation and see. Nah, I don't see anything. Nope. Still waiting on that one.
Damn.
Well, I think our next emergency pod might have to be about Jerry Jones. He seems to be unraveling like in front of microphones in the last couple of days.
Yeah, somebody get that man a pillow.
You know what they need to do? They need to build him like a fake recording studio.
Yeah, just make him think he's podcasting.
Like all the cables and whatnot, they just put them through a hole in the wall. They're going nowhere. Yeah. They're not plugged into anything.
He's like, man, I tell you, man. My one-man podcast. They tell me it's number 3 in the world. Anyway, I'm glad Zeke is back. That's all I got to say about that. Glad Zeke is back. Oh, shit.
Unbelievable.
All right, man. We did it, man. Another emergency SveNFL Emergency Pod. Yeah, man. We'll be back with the regular scheduled programming once all of these emergencies are out of the way. We're doing what we do. We're reporting the news. I'm Jonathan Rollins.
Skip Mazzara.
And we'll catch y'all next time.